Hello, dear listeners. Today, I have a message that may resonate deeply with you if you've ever felt like you've been called for something greater, but there's one crucial challenge you keep facing. Let's get straight into it. You see, when you are chosen by God, there are certain battles that will test your spirit, your patience, and even your physical endurance. The journey of being chosen is not a smooth path, it is often filled with challenges, temptations, and setbacks. But there is one battle that, if lost, can hinder you from stepping into your purpose. And that battle is the battle with your own physical body. Your body is the vessel through which God works. It is the temple of your spirit, the instrument through which divine will is carried out. If you neglect it, if you allow it to be weakened, exhausted, or filled with negative habits, you risk losing the strength required to fulfill the mission God has set before you. Many of us focus on nurturing our minds, meditating on God's word, and feeding our spirits, but we overlook the one thing that houses our very existence on this earth, our physical body. I understand, life can be overwhelming. There are responsibilities, distractions, and temptations that pull us in many directions. Sometimes, it feels like you're barely getting by, let alone trying to take care of yourself. But God is watching how you treat this body that He has entrusted to you. It is not just about looking fit or being healthy for the sake of appearances. It is about preserving the energy, the vitality, and the strength necessary to carry out the divine purpose you were created for. There are times when you may feel drained, weak, or unable to muster the energy to keep going. That's when you need to remind yourself that your body is not your own, it belongs to God. If you don't honor it, if you allow unhealthy habits to creep in, or if you simply neglect it, you are diminishing the power you have to be used by God. He needs you strong, He needs you resilient, and He needs you ready to answer the call when it comes. Let's be real for a moment. There are battles we face every day that challenge our physical well-being. It could be something as simple as eating food that doesn't nourish us, staying up late when our bodies are begging for rest, or filling our minds with stress and anxiety that manifests as physical illness. These might seem like small things, but they add up. And before you know it, you are left feeling depleted, unable to step into the opportunities that God places before you. Now, you might wonder, why would God care about something as mundane as your physical health? The answer is simple, because your body is the tool through which He can work miracles in this world. If your body is broken down, if your mind is foggy and your spirit is tired, you simply can't be as effective in fulfilling your purpose. This isn't about perfection, it's about being diligent and committed to taking care of the body God has given you so that you can be ready to answer His call at any moment. I know it's not always easy. There are seasons in life when everything feels like it's falling apart, and the last thing on your mind is taking care of yourself. But it's in those moments that God is watching the most. He's observing how you handle the stress, how you persevere through the pain, and whether you are still willing to honor the gift of life He has given you. You see, God doesn't just watch what you do when things are going well. He's paying close attention to how you handle yourself in the midst of the storm. The enemy knows that if he can weaken your physical body, if he can fill you with exhaustion, sickness, or self-neglect, he can prevent you from being used by God. That's why it's so important to stay vigilant. This is not just a battle of the mind or the spirit, it is also a battle of the flesh. And if you lose this battle, you risk losing the strength to step into the fullness of what God has for you. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried to get healthier, I've tried to be more disciplined, but I keep falling short. That's okay. God sees your efforts. He knows your struggles. But what He wants to see is your commitment, your willingness to get back up every time you fall. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be persistent. You have to be willing to make those small, daily decisions that add up over time. It's about choosing to honor your body, even in the smallest ways, because every little bit counts. Remember, the goal here isn't just to be physically strong for the sake of it. It's about being able to show up fully for the calling God has placed on your life. When you are tired, when you are drained, when your body is broken down, it's hard to focus on anything beyond just getting through the day. But when you take care of yourself, when you nourish your body, you open yourself up to being used by God in ways you never imagined. Think of it this way: God has chosen you for a specific purpose, but that purpose requires you to be ready, to be alert, and to be physically capable of stepping into the opportunities He will place before you. If you're constantly tired, sick, or struggling with physical limitations that you could have prevented, you might miss those moments when God needs you the most. The truth is, God is watching how you take care of this physical temple He has given you. He wants to see if you're willing to put in the effort to stay strong, not just for yourself, but so you can be of service to others. The stronger you are physically, the more you can give, the more you can serve, and the more you can step into the fullness of your destiny. So, today, I urge you to reflect on how you are treating your body. Are you honoring it? Are you taking the time to rest, to nourish yourself, to move your body in ways that strengthen it? Or are you allowing the stress, the busyness, and the distractions of life to slowly wear you down? God is watching. He sees your efforts, He sees your struggles, but He also sees your potential. And He wants you to be ready when He calls. I'm not saying this is an easy battle to win. It requires discipline, commitment, and, most importantly, faith. But remember, you are not fighting this battle alone. God is with you every step of the way. He will give you the strength to overcome, but you have to do your part. You have to be willing to take the small, consistent steps that will lead to lasting change. It's time to rise up, chosen ones. It's time to take back control of your health, your strength, and your vitality. Because if you lose this battle, you risk losing the opportunity to fulfill the incredible purpose that God has for your life. And I know that's not what you want. I know you want to be used by God, to step into the fullness of your destiny, and to be a vessel of His love and light in this world. So, dear listeners, let this be a call to action for your life. This is your moment to step into a higher level of dedication, not just for the sake of your calling, but for the fulfillment of your divine potential. God's purpose for you is vast, and the possibilities are endless. But you have to be ready. God needs you to be alert, strong, and available when He calls upon you. Life has its way of throwing unexpected challenges, but how you respond to them shows where your heart truly lies. If this message has resonated with you today, I encourage you to take action. Reflect on where you may have been letting things slip. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your focus, or maybe it's something else entirely. Don't just let this be another moment where you feel inspired but take no action. Let today be the day you decide to show up fully, to live fully committed to what God has planned for you. If you found value in this message, there are a few simple ways you can support this content. First, hit that like button. It helps get this message out to more people who might need it. Also, consider subscribing to this channel so you don't miss out on more content that's designed to uplift and guide you. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when new videos are uploaded. Another way you can show support is by sharing this video with friends or loved ones who may benefit from hearing this message. Lastly, if you feel moved, leave a comment below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear how this has impacted you. Your engagement truly makes a difference, and it means a lot. God has chosen you for a unique purpose. Don't waste another moment living below your potential. Choose today to step up, to rise above the challenges, and to live in a way that honors the call upon your life. God is waiting for you to show up fully. Don't miss out on the blessings that come when you are aligned with His purpose for you. Let this be your moment. Let this be your commitment.